Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
It's not Mike. It's me.
It's Rob.
It's Rob Spiewak, and it's Oscar.
Hello.
And, I used to be...
Skinny.
Well, yeah, but before that I was fat. And then before that I was skinny, and before that I was fat. But I used to be a morning show television addict.
Sidekick.
No, I was a sidekick for CBS.
Oh.
But I would every morning watch morning television, and I had an unhealthy relationship with the Today Show.
That is true.
And I watched it every day.
I remember hearing that on a regular basis.
And I don't look at it anymore, but I still know some of the people that were on it. And big news this week is Hoda Kotb, one of the primary hosts, has announced she's breaking up with her fiancé.
Oh.
And they've been together for a long time now. Hoda has the Today Show as her sounding board. She can give her side of the story.
An outlet.
Yeah, and we can find out what she feels about. However, there's one person that we've not heard from.
Who's that?
Yet.
Oh.
The fiancé.
Ooh.
Joel Schiffman. But we have exclusive. We have an exclusive on our telephone.
Exclusive?
An exclusive is Joel Schiffman. Joel, can you hear me, sir?
Hello.
Hello. Enter and sign in, please.
This is Joel.
Joel Schiffman.
Who am I talking to?
Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak from the Mike O'Mara Show in Washington, D.C.
Oh, hi. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have to chat with you boys.
Let me start this discussion with a playbook, a page from Hoda's playbook, and I'll just ask, how are you doing?
Oh, it's been murder. I'm just dying. I can't even describe how upsetting it is. It's one thing to go through relationship problems, but then to do it in the public eye is
the public
is
what?
Just, to do it in the public eye.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do it in the public eye.
It's frustrating. You know, we've been together for so many years. It's frustrating for me, and I thought my life at this age. I'm in my 60s now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought my life would turn out differently. I thought I'd met my dream woman. But I'm not here to badmouth Hoda. I just wanted to say I wanted to plead my case because she's gone on the Today Show and talking about how soft and trouble-free it's been, and I'm just I don't feel that I would be doing myself justice if I didn't give a little counterpoint.
I understand.
And just tell you guys that I don't want to overstate it, but I have to share that my life has been a nightmare.
Oh, no.
An absolute nightmare. That sweetness and happiness and joy that you see on television every day it's a charade.
It's a charade. What's she like in real life?
Oh, it's been horrible. The mood swings. I don't know if I can handle the mood swings. It's just terrible. And then, yes, go ahead. Hello.
Joel. And look, these are allegations, and again, I'm happy that we're able to tell both sides. Do you feel like you're being railroaded?
I can answer that. No, I'm not being railroaded.
Okay.
All I'm talking about is all I am is a man in pain.
Yes.
A man in pain whose pain is being splashed all over television, and no one really knows the truth. She's saying that that we're a seasonal relationship. I wanted to be a permanent relationship, but I also didn't want to be locked in the basement as many times as I was.
She locked you in the basement?
Several times.
Oh, no.
What does seasonal mean?
You ask Hoda. That's what she said. It was a nightmare. There was one particular time where I decided that I would make dinner and I would make a beef stew.
A lovely beef stew
to come home to in the crock pot
at noon.
And I work later, and so I put the stew. I'm an investment manager, by the way.
Is that what you do?
Yes, I do.
So you bring a little cachet and finance to the relationship.
Well, if you're interested in discussing funds, we can perhaps talk after the show. That would be interesting.
I was just curious about your role in the relationship financially.
My role in the relationship, I don't want to say that I was bad at it.
Battered?
But I wasn't battered.
Okay.
I'm saying okay. See, you immediately hear that word and you get all excited because you're a member of the media. I wasn't. There were moments that my life was extraordinarily difficult. Getting back to the crock.
Wait. There's also a difference between physical battery and financial battery.
There's no financial battery. I'm very comfortable.
Okay.
Thank you.
He makes a living.
It's a living. It's a living. I manage funds for other people. I've done quite well. But the stew was served.
Yes.
And
How was it?
Well, I found it. I thought it was delicious. The meat was tender. I braised it. It was very good. But are you familiar with the movie American Beauty?
Of course.
Yes.
And the scene where Kevin Spacey, the disgraced Kevin Spacey,
We've canceled him, Joel.
Gets angry at cancel culture.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'm in the same boat. You remember when he
One's a predator, you're a divorcee.
you know when he throws the food?
Yes.
All right. That happened. I saw that. I saw that.
So Hoda threw the food.
With only 2 words, and then stormed up to bed in our townhouse.
2 words?
Very, very expensive. Yeah, 2 words. Too salty.
Oh, no.
Too salty to bed.
To bed?
Now
Joel.
let me ask you, as reasonable man, how would you feel if you were on the receiving end of that?
It all
Would you?
depends on where in the season of your relationship you were. And I only ask because prior to the pandemic, it was a lot of love bubbles and happiness.
Would that be
There
summer?
was a time. There was a time where it was wonderful. It was something that I enjoyed.
Do you have sweet memories?
I have wonderful memories, but I also have memories of one particular emotion.
What's that?
Fear.
Fear of how to copy.
Fear.
What was so scary?
She's good with words.
Yes.
And she would make me feel small, and no man wants to be made.
How tall are you?
Well, I'm a normal height.
What's normal height?
Yeah, what's
I
normal
know you'd
to you?
like me to be small, Rob, but I'm not.
Okay.
Do the research. Look at the pictures.
I was just checking. It's a phoner. I can't see
But
it.
are you small
I understand.
down there?
Oh.
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
Is that seasonal as well?
I can describe it to you.
Please do.
Perfect. Okay.
Well,
There
it's
you are.
funny that you would say that because in a lot of the press
Would you like
releases,
to know what I called it?
yeah, it has a name.
Yeah, Little Schiff.
Maybe not so little Schiff.
Well, I don't like to kiss and tell.
But in
it's
a lot
just
of the media, Hoda has said that you two are better as friends.
Yeah, well.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel horrible. I'm in pain. I'm in agony over here. No one wants to interview me except you two. I got the call and I said, any outlet. I said, who the hell are they? And they said, they're a podcast. I said, well, how many
We're
downloads?
on the radio
That
as
many?
well.
I said,
Yeah.
I'll do.
No.
Please go on.
Have you reached out to Lauer?
No.
No.
of course
They
not.
don't.
No.
Canceled.
What about your children or your child?
No, there's two. There's
the
Hope and
two-
Haley.
Yeah, Hope and Haley. Sorry.
Hope and Haley are hanging in there. We're being adults. We're being adults. I just wanted to say that I
They're
told
2 and
Schiffman-
4.
Well, they're little bitties.
But you say they're being adults.
If you treat them like adults,
They're not aware of what's going on, all right?
Have they
And I
chosen
know-
sides?
No, they haven't. Who are you? Which one are you?
I'm Rob Spiewak.
God, you're a cool man.
Mr. Schiff.
Yeah, I'm here. Who are you? You seem more sensitive.
Yes. Do you
Oh, you're so wrong.
do you feel like you're owed an apology?
I feel like the entire story has not really been explained, all right? I am talking about, I'll list it. I'll list just 5. How
5?
about that? 5 things,
All
all
right.
right? Food thrown against the wall.
1.
Refusal to go to the airport when we were leaving for a vacation.
Why would
right.
Why would
Holding-
she refuse to go to?
These are
I
all-
don't want to go into detail. I
These are all
just want to
legend.
list the things, all right?
Okay.
Holding my head underwater in the pool.
Oh no.
As a joke, not to kill, but just to show who was boss, and my upper body strength does not match hers.
She
it
has a
goes
lot
on.
of core strength, doesn't she?
She's incredibly physical condition. She has the grind and all that, having the little ones playing on the carpet and said, "Oh, the loser's home.
Oh,
the
no.
loser's home." Yeah,
So
that wasn't fun.
She paints you in a bad light.
Yeah, and then painting, writing on my hands often, just writing on my hands.
What would
She'd just
she-
take a
what
blue,
would she write?
a blue felt marker, one of these markers, and she would drag it across the top of my hand. And I had a meeting that day. Do you know how hard it is to get out Sharpie? Are you aware of that? So little things, but
So
they
as
were
an
tiny.
investment guy, it's no good to have something written on your hand.
Looks like I'm cheating or something.
Cheating?
You know? Well, I mean, so what are you writing on your hands for, Mr. Shipman? Why do you do this, Mr. Shipman?
What's
Schiffman.
amazing to
Sorry,
me-
not Shipman. Schiffman.
Schiffman. What surprises me is the top 5 bad moments don't include you being locked in the basement.
That was a joke. She thought it was playful. It was around the holidays 3 years ago, and she
Christmas?
said it was Joel. Would you go get some wine from down in the basement? Would you? Then click lock, and I heard giggling on the other side. She was visiting with her wino buddy who was over there, Kathy Lee
Oh,
Gifford.
yeah.
Joel.
It's nothing but trouble and
Joel.
a man hater of the highest order.
How
Yeah.
long did she keep you locked in the basement?
3 hours.
3 hours. Ugh.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Joel, our producer wants to weigh in. He sent you a text.
right.
Hopefully you have that
Well,
there.
that's always awkward when I've got to hold both hands. All
Yeah, well,
right,
you're on a hard line.
For God's sake. All right, hold on just a second here. Now I have to unlock it. Yes, sirree. Always great to get a text.
You think
from
he's an
Pony
iPhone guy?
Boy. Did she ever call you? No, she never called me Mr. Shitman in the bedroom. No, she did not. Thank you. Thank you very much, though. I want everyone to know that smiling people person that you see every day on the Today Show is not as sweet and light as you might want. That's all I wanted to get out
So
there.
when Gifford
That's
comes
all.
over
Yeah.
and they kill a bottle of wine, do you think Gifford is behind getting her to think it's time to break up with you?
Nah, I wouldn't be surprised at that. I will tell you very honestly that when Kathy Gifford comes over, it's always trouble because it's always too much wine, and then they get playful, and I'm a pawn. I'm a pawn in their little comedy game.
Yeah.
They sit in the living room and they say, Joel, would you get us some more crackers, please? Joel, will you go down to the basement and get the wine? I've got a fantastic cellar down there. Do you think I ever get a thank you from Ms. Gifford as far as bringing up an incredible bottle from a wonderful vintage? No. It's more like, you know what? I had to use every fiber of my soul not to look at her and say, I am not a waiter. I am not your waiter, Gifford.
Now, what do you call her? Do you call her Gifford? Kathy?
I call her Gifford to you, but I call her Kathy. Kathy. I don't need to use the Kathy Lee, the affected Kathy Lee, like she's some sort of country star.
Let's try to be fair
The
here.
woman is a witch.
Oh, is she worse than
woman
Hoda?
She's a witch. She's the worst influence. And that's when it really started going sideways, when she started coming to the house on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Your wife is under a lot of pressure.
I'm under a lot of pressure. Have you managed the money of major institutions? No, you haven't. Do you think that's a walk in the park? Checking the markets every day, making sure that have you been watching this roller coaster ride that we're on right now?
Well, I'm happy we're mentioning that because I find that interesting that you're now disclosing to the world as a couple that you're getting divorced when the market is
We're
down.
not
breaking up.
getting divorced. We're not married.
Well, you know what I mean. You're breaking up.
We're breaking up.
So
is
since you're
hard
not
to
married,
do.
that probably makes the financial end of it a lot easier.
Oh, you got that right. Yeah, that's for sure. But I brought my own funds to the table, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
All right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Really, Hoda makes a lovely living, but she doesn't make a New York Wall Street living, if you know what I mean.
Do you manage the money for Gifford?
No, I have nothing to
Will
do
you
with
let
it.
her stay in your brownstone?
Kathy Lee,
No.
Hoda,
Yes.
of course, it's my children's home.
Yeah.
It's my children's home. Why would I not? Why would I do anything different? Of course they can. I am here, gentlemen, to tell you one thing. That everything that's la la la, hello, Savannah, everything's great, Savannah,
Savannah?
fantastic. I don't think it's as sweet as it is, and it's like the seasons. No, I was in it for the long haul. We had fabulous vacations, yachts, 4-star hotels, fantastic, not 5. Amanda, you have to draw the line sometimes, but I loved my life, and now it's gone. I don't know what happened. I feel like I've been blindsided. I feel like I'm a wide receiver, and a cornerback has just hit me helmet to helmet. That's how I feel, and I'm a big football fan. All right.
Who's your
Go
favorite?
Bengals.
Bengals?
Go.
Big
Love
Bengals
to see the Bay. Love the underdogs. Love that, the underdogs.
Do you think you'll date another person in television?
I think that my that ship has already sort of moseyed on down the highway.
Really?
Yes. A bigger name than Hoda, too.
Really?
What about the yacht that you named after Hoda?
What?
The Hoda B.
Yeah.
I'll make arrangements, I suppose. I guess I do. Look, I'm moving on. I've already moved on.
I know. Before Oscar threw the yacht question
yes, well,
out, I thought we were headed towards something.
That other name. Yes.
Yeah, like maybe what we like to call the capper.
Got it.
Yeah, you see.
I'll give you a hint, but I don't want to mention that.
So you're dating someone in TV bigger name than Hoda?
Yes, I am. I'll give you one hint.
Just a
if you
hint.
get it,
That's
you
all
get
I
it.
need.
If you don't, you don't. It's
All right.
over.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. Strike a pose.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Right.
Does she talk to you? Does she talk to you in a British accent?
She talks to me in any accent I want. The woman is insatiable, incredible, and two words for you. All right.
Yes.
Artificial buttocks.
Oh.
Wow.
Every woman that's listening to my voice right now, go out and do it.
A BBL?
Get it done. Get it done. Minor inconvenience you saw for a couple of days, and then look at them.
But Hoda's
Fantastic.
all
Like two
natural,
giant
right?
Beach balls. Huh?
Hoda's all natural, right?
How
Yeah.
dare you?
Quite lean.
Lean.
I hate to be, like a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just thought I'd share.
Yeah, I know it's in her
And,
contract. She needs a pillow on her chair at the Today Show.
Yeah, well, my educational credentials should have AM at the end of them.
AM?
Why's that?
Ass man. Yeah. Well, there may have been one time when Hoda referred to me as a bit of a perv, but I think I'm a normal man. I've got normal desires. I really
And with
do.
Hoda, you're better as friends.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Joel,
But
you're not
it's,
helping your case.
I'm sorry. I listen. I love her. I love everything about her. I don't love Kathy Lee.
You don't love Gifford?
Kathy cannot come over my house anytime. I'll never see her again. Thank God. That's
So
the
you're
best
gonna
part of all this.
you have an apartment and the brownstone. You'll just be in the apartment.
I'll be in the. I won't be in the brownstone. I'm moving into. I'm in a hotel right now. I'm at the Waldorf Astoria.
Ooh.
Yeah. I could tell Kathy stories until the cows came home.
I know why you chose the
By the
hotel.
way, I find you two marvelous interviews. I find
Thank you,
it very
Joel.
easy to share with you. Can I leave you with one Kathy story?
Absolutely,
Please,
yeah,
absolutely.
All
yeah.
right. Well, the wine's flowing as it always
Sure,
is.
always.
White wine. All right, white wine. She
Chardonnay.
likes cake bread Chardonnay. That's what she likes. Used to be great. Now you might as well just pour some grape juice in a glass. My opinion.
Yes.
I know wine. Kathy Lee.
You know
not
wine?
One, 2.5 bottles. Herself.
No.
Oh, my God.
Herself. And, the only thing that was the redeeming factor is I didn't have to clean up the thrown-up guacamole that was in the hallway
The hall.
leading to our guest bathroom. Yes, Kathy threw up.
She
on
almost
the floor.
made it.
She almost made it, but she didn't. And it was not a first time. There were multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't eat real dinners. She eats snacks.
Crudité.
So it's crudité, bruschetta. She'll just eat the guacamole, the chips, guacamole chips wine, guacamole chips wine, guacamole chips wine, vomit. That's what it is.
That's the cycle.
The woman's almost 70, for God's sake. She ought to behave herself. Really,
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. And then she wanted. Hoda was adamant about keeping one thing in the refrigerator that Kathy wanted at all times,
What's
no
that?
matter money. Popsicles.
Well, that's a
red dot popsicles.
Yeah. Popsicles are skinny woman's diet. Like that,
Is that what it
they'll
is?
fill them up. Yeah.
Well, that skinny woman who's going to eat a bag of chips and a half a bucket of guacamole and then throw it up in my living room.
Keep her off
I
the
don't know
red
what the
popsicles.
popsicles are for.
Those will stain.
Go
when she
pina
pukes
colada.
on 'em. Yeah, something
That's
like
for
that.
sure. Yeah, but
Well, I
wish,
want you to know after this discussion, I speaking for Oscar, we're Team Joel.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless both
Also-
of you. We men have to stick together.
Right on.
And if
Think
you
about-
need some investment, yes, what?
Think about keeping the Hoda B, the name.
You mean call myself Joel Hotby?
Oh, he's
no.
back. He's still trying to make the
yacht,
boat
for,
thing
for your
work.
yacht. For your yacht.
Oh, no. That's already been done. That's already the letters have been scrubbed. The letters have been scrubbed. It's like a scene out of Master and Commander when they're trying to dupe the French ship. That's right. That wonderful British warship has been turned into an English whaler overnight. That's the way that goes. Listen, I've got a meeting. I've got a conference call with Japan.
Oh, that's
Oh.
nice.
Places.
We'll have
Yes.
fun at the Waldorf Astoria.
Hey, I get your joke. Oh, gosh. Domo arigato.
Bye.
It was good talking to you.
Pleasure was ours. Pleasure
All
was
right,
ours.
bye.
Joel Schiffman, ladies and gentlemen. Hoda Kotb's widower.
He sounded happier at the end of that call
You
than
know,
the
I
beginning.
think what we did is
What did
we
I
cheered
miss?
him up. Nothing much.
All right.
Relationships are hard, Mike.
Yes.
They are. But don't I know it? Don't I know it?
After
Yes.
my divorce, I want Peter Alexander.
Perfect Peter Alexander. That's fun. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. We are enjoying our second decade of the show. That has become a daily routine for thousands of listeners in great places like Deming, New Mexico, St. Louis, Missouri, Michigan City, Indiana, Lutz, Florida. Boy, I don't know where that is. I really don't know where that is. Venado Tuerto, Argentina, the historic Corbin Park neighborhood of Spokane. Well, okay. Is this a new thing you're doing with Dirk or something like
No,
that?
this is a guy I don't know, but anytime someone
Why
is
are there
that
always
specific,
these historic neighborhoods in Spokane, Washington?
I like the specificity of it, and it's not all the time, maybe twice a year. How's your hair?
I now get a number one on the side, and I leave it a little long
Yeah,
on
but
the
now
top, and it
it's-
still spikes up.
Now is it frizzy at all down there? Like, is
Yeah,
it
it's
humid?
a little frizzy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's cold snap down there, right?
What do you think I should do? Go with the number one up top, too? Just be a buzz cut?
No.
Just look like Jack Webb when I do every show?
Excuse me, sir.
That's what it should be. Yeah. So I saw that today. I thought that would be fun. I'm not sure Mr. Schiffman sounds anything like that, but who knows? It's always fun. Welcome
I'm
to
pleased
the,
to know
to
he's
the
full
show.
size. I pictured him much smaller.
Well, that's good. That's right. Look, I've been there. I've been at the rodeo.
Sure.
Hold on.
Not in your
Hold on.
60s.
Speaking-
No.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
And you never have to
Just
clean up
calling
after
me.
Gifford.
All right. Let me see what's going on.
Phone call.
Hello. We're on the air. What's going on?
Yeah, I know. It's Lutz, Florida, not Lutz, Florida.
No,
Well,
the guy was very specific that it was pronounced Lutz.
Just so you know.
Oh, wait. We went to a wedding in Lutz.
Yeah, you did.
Maybe it is Lutz. Did anybody ever specifically say Lutz?
No, it's Lutz.
You're sure? You're 100% sure?
Yeah. You said it was Lutz, Florida.
Well, it's spelled Luts, which to me would be Lutz. We'll have to find. You know what?
It's supposed to be Lutz.
Didn't I put
It's Lutz, and then Rob gave me a pronouncer that said it's Lutz, Loots, and I don't know unless somebody was messing with us. So we'll have to be corrected on somebody.
It's Lutz.
Well, you know what? I'll call.
Rob is wrong.
Okay, Lutz, Florida.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Lutz, Florida. Can't you go back and shave somebody now or something, or do what you do?
Yes.
All right.
I can do that.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
All right, I have a pronouncer
She sounds
here.
so happy.
Well, she's happy
She
that I
was doing
screwed
a
up.
house call this morning.
That's
she was
sweet.
off to a private residence
Sweet.
to do a friend of hers. So
That's
it
so
was.
sweet.
Here we go, Mike.
Yeah, it was. Yes, go ahead.
Pronouncenames.com.
That's it? Oh, here we go.
It just said
I think we
Lutz.
missed
heard-
it.
You talked over it. Lutz. It's Lutz.
That's so weird that
no,
the guy
but-
was
but
so
maybe
specific
maybe
in the letter.
locally they call it Lutz.
Could be.
No, because I don't think it's in New York State. That's where they have all the
Well, you do have a lot of transplants down there.
I went to a wedding in Pulaski, New York,
Yeah.
and it's called Pulaski.
Why?
It's not Pulaski
I
Highway?
don't know.
That's weird.
I just don't know.
That's wild stuff.
But yeah, so it's I think it's Lutz. We went to. I can't believe we went there. It's up outside, a little north of Tampa, and that's where we went to our babysitter's daughter's wedding,
The outdoor wedding.
which was absolutely fantastic. And we had a fantastic time. Michael danced, and they had a bar like immediately after the service, which is the best. What's going on? What are you doing?
Can you knock that off?
I'm trying to find one example, and you know what? I stand corrected.
No,
Carla,
it's
I'm
Lutz.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
And so whoever sent that may. But then again, see, I think it might be somebody messing with us. I worry about that all the time.
Could be, but he was
just
so
like the
specific.
historic Corbin Park neighborhood of Spokane, Washington. I like that though. That
Yeah,
part
I do, too.
I truly enjoy. So welcome to the show. Very, very, very happy to have you with us on the Mike O'Mara Show today. It is a cold snap in Florida, and
How
I
cold?
think that it got down yesterday. It was about 36 to 38 degrees today,
man.
right up to about.
When do
50.
the iguanas
No
start
problem at all.
falling? What
the
temperature?
the iguanas start falling when the temperature, I think, gets near freezing. It doesn't have to go all the way down to freezing for the iguanas, but we're gonna have to carry this over. We'll do the news in the third break because I do want to. I want to talk about this today. I was really wiped out. I got up at 5:45, took my kid to school, had to do Daddy Day all day long yesterday, running all over hell and back, and then I pick him up, and then I got to take him at 4 o'clock. He goes down to his little after school golf thing, but I'm killing time for an hour while we have to do that. And then afterwards, he's got a private lesson. So we're leaving at about 5 of 6 to get back home. I'm wiped, but I had to stay up because 10 o'clock is the NBC Betty White special.
Right.
And I've got Betty White fever like everybody else, and I stayed up to watch the Betty White special. Now, I'm not here to completely pan it, but they did their level best to corporatize and monetize, squeezing every drop out of the Betty White fame they could. And I equate the special with a show that is on the Food Network, if you've ever seen it. And it's a show called The Best, what is it? The best thing I ever
whatever I ate. And they can be specific, yeah.
And what the show is not, it's really nothing about food. What it is people telling you how good it is. I don't need dick when it comes to people telling me how wonderful Betty White was. Everybody knew how wonderful she was. But how many times can you hear, oh, she's sweet and wonderful and nice, when they have a treasure trove of video and audio, which I'm sure was highly negotiated with.
Of course.
Because CBS could do their own special just on Sue Ann Niven with the Mary Tyler Moore Show. The best thing about the Betty White special was when I didn't have to listen to Jimmy Fallon. And by the way, we know now, Rob, why it was 10 o'clock, because we have to put that new Jimmy Fallon ridiculously crappy show on before that. And it's just,
Mike, did you know? I knew
they're so transparently awful.
I watched it. I watched it
stuff.
this morning, and so I got up and I put it on. And the first thing that happens, it's a cold open, and I also was absolutely reminded of the fact that, remember, this has been in production. They thought Betty White was going to be alive when they aired this. Mm-hmm. So they had to change the tone, and it started with a cold open with, of course, Jimmy, I don't know the word, no Fallon. And he starts, and that's when I said, this is going to be a problem.
Well, it set the tone. I thought I could get by it because he did make a comment about let's just move on. But it's Jimmy Fallon. And it's Tracy Morgan.
Over and over again.
Tina Fey. It's NBC, 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 NBC. And I thought that they could have accomplished that entire special with a narrator just setting up clips of Betty White. That would have been perfect.
And you know what? I like the Cher closing with the clip montage.
I didn't stay with it. I didn't say, because I'd seen a clip of it before. So I didn't.
But you're right. That is, if something calls to be a clip-driven show, that's it. because
Right.
her work speaks for itself.
And she was. One thing I didn't realize, and I'm so glad that they had clips of her sitcom in the 1950s.
Mm-hmm.
She had that funny shtick going way back when. It
She
was
was
just
great.
a little milder, but she had that, and she was a very nice looking lady. But I don't need everybody trying to get their 2 cents in with how wonderful she is when we've heard it.
More
the tributes of
content.
it was more Betty
I want-
White.
yeah, I want more
Because
content.
the best part of the show is when you would see Betty White. I could have watched an entire show of Betty White with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
That would have been fantastic. That was really late in life for her that she did that, and she was so perfect doing it. But there wasn't enough.
No.
And then
it was, as an
you know,
NBC property, I'm surprised they didn't lean more on the Carson sketches, because she did good Carson sketches with him.
Yeah, I don't. You know what?
Yeah.
Those were okay to me. They were. I mean, she gets knocked over
But
by
what
the water.
surprises me is that they didn't lean on it more because it's an NBC property.
Well, if you're going to lean on something, lean on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which was the best character she ever
but
played
I
on
think
television.
you nailed it when you said the negotiations, because it was so lean on Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, Mary Tyler Moore, the CBS property. They
Yes.
didn't have any. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way it goes.
We
with,
see
with
perfectly
her.
eye to eye on the same issue. It's just there wasn't enough Betty White.
All I can tell you is that I was all in because of my. You don't realize, you take people for granted. You don't realize how much you are a fan until they're gone. And then I kind of had that feeling this is the last chance to really see her on the big screen, on the TV screen. And so I found myself watch checking leading up to that. And 10 o'clock, I said, I don't care. I want to hang in there. It was funny. The clips that they had of her, even the bad sketches. Like, I thought the Tina Fey census taker, I think that's an extremely average sketch.
I don't know. I
but
think
the way
it's pretty
she did
good.
it,
She elevated it. I mean, the
but
sketch
she
itself.
elevated
Yeah.
it. She elevated that sketch, and it was fun to watch. But and then Jay wheeling out old Jay Leno.
By the way, did he get hit in the face with a car?
No, he's just chilling out. It's like kind of like that with Jay.
Perfect
the car.
game show fellas.
I like.
It's not about him, so he has no enthusiasm.
Well,
He
and,
didn't even
well,
iron the denim shirt.
It's just it makes you pine for more Betty Whites, and I hope that we have them for a very, very long time. People that are that good at what they do. The bottom line with her, okay, take all the animal stuff out, take all the she was wonderful to her coworkers out. She created, or at least she didn't create it, but she certainly mastered the art of the inappropriate old lady.
Yes.
Saying inappropriate things, and there was nothing she wouldn't do. And that's comedy right there. When she does that kind of bit, just fun, just pure fun. And
never missed a step to the very end. Her last appearances, she was still funnier than everyone around her.
Yeah, so it was, and too many people that were that I didn't need to see again and again and again. You want to get one clip. You want to have somebody set up one clip, set up the Mary Tyler Moore clips and then run 10 of them.
Yeah.
And then set up the old TV show clips and run 5 of them. No, I got to get Leno, Jimmy, Tina, the people from Hot in Cleveland,
Jane Leaves.
By the way, Valerie Bertinelli, I wouldn't buy a car from Valerie Bertinelli.
You're not buying her? Not buying what she's selling?
I don't buy anything she's selling, ever. Sorry. That's cruel.
It's Wolfie's mom.
Betty wouldn't like that.
It's Wolfie's mom. You got to love her.
That's right. There's the button. We got to take a break, and when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we will... we can do it. Yeah,
we can do it.
We'll come back with the homepage right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Are you a 40-something-year-old chick going through a midlife crisis? Looking to get some validation for keeping it tight all these years? Would you like to be TikTok famous? Let's get you a starter pack. You know the drill. MikeO'MaraShow.com. Shopping. Walmart. Let's get started with some ripped denim shorts and a new bikini top. Self-tanner, volumizing conditioner, fake tattoos, and most importantly, a selfie light ring. Throw in a tube of Ben Gay for after you shake your ass on camera. You're not in your 20s anymore, sweetheart. Pretty soon, you're going to have thousands of creeps just like Oscar Santana following you. And you did it all thanks to the Walmart tab on the TMY Shopping Center. And now, back to the guy who's never been on TikTok, Mike O'Mara.
I don't think I am.
In fact, I never do.
I can always change that.
I never went to Twin Peaks. Well, maybe that one time. We used to go every week.
Is that the way you think the conversation went? No, the guys used to go everywhere. Sure. I didn't go. Big news in shoes. Everyone at TMOS loves their Rothy's.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oscar got the RS01 sneakers.
awesome.
I got the driving loafers. Rob has
Look
the
at this.
Chelsea boots.
Look at that.
Where are your socks?
They're low socks.
Rob has the confidence.
Can you put them up again, please? I
No.
want to see them. I want to say it right. Okay.
You
Let me
had
get
your
this
chance.
commercial
It's
out.
on the
The
video.
boot is amazing.
Rob, it looks
Rob's
great.
ankles look like they're in pain.
Rob has the Chelsea boots. Stop it. We're doing the commercial for a newer sponsor.
The boot is amazing.
Rothy's.
The
Can we
boot is
behave,
amazing.
please?
They're gorgeous.
The boot is amazing. You don't need to break them in. As soon as you put them on, they're soft, flexible material and amazing. And amazing insoles make them the most wearable shoes you can own. They are incredibly versatile. Wear them with a suit, a pair of sweatpants, or anything in between. They're knit with 100% recycled materials. Even the sneaker laces are made from plastic water bottles. And if dirty sneakers are a pet peeve, they are for me, rest easy. Rothy's are 100% machine washable. No wonder Rothy's men's shoes get a 5-star review from almost every customer. If you're still feeling skeptical,
If you don't believe in them,
if you're still feeling skeptical about shoes made from recycled plastic, then try this on for size. Rothy's is doing something special. They gave us the chance to share this super rare opportunity with our listeners for a limited time. Right now, you can get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/TMOS. Head to rothys.com/TMOS to snag a pair of men's or women's shoes for yourself or someone else. That's ROTHYS.com/TMOS.
Let me add
All
this
right.
before we get to Rob.
yes.
When my wife heard that Rothy's was back,
Yes.
and look, she's interested in what we do. It's just
Right.
way, part of our living, but also she loves the show.
Get it. I
She
get it.
was so excited that when we were picking out the shoes, and I got the lace-ups, Mike, as you saw.
They're beautiful.
Very nice.
And you actually were shocked. Like, they have the lace-ups? I'm like, yeah, they have the lace-ups. They're great.
Yeah,
Then we looked at
absolutely.
the other shoes, and I know that, well, I could probably wear a driving loafer. That's not really my style at the moment in life. And I also know that if
He's calling you old, Mike.
I could wear it maybe
I get it.
in a different time. And maybe when I was younger, when I would dress up a lot more, right? Because it just would seem like it would fit within my lifestyle. I saw the boot that Rob has on. I was
Yes.
like, oh, that's fat. But you have to wear a certain type of clothes with that boot to match.
So what would be your advice for your brother?
Well, let's see the boot again, if you don't mind. Come on, let's just see it.
No,
Come on.
No, that can't benefit from this. All I know is that I love them. They're comfortable. They look great with jeans. They look great with khakis. I've worn them with a suit, actually.
That's
And,
what I
you
was
know,
I have
it's
an
a
opinion
dressier
on-
look,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I saw it for. Would you like my honest opinion on
Yes.
it? Okay.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and we start with Ricky Gervais, who says, "Quote: There is no subject you shouldn't joke about. It depends on the joke. It
Okay.
depends on your angle." He says, "I think a lot of this pious offense comes from people mistaking the target of the joke with the subject. You can joke about anything, but it depends on what the actual target is. I have said forever that it is extraordinarily rare for me to call somebody out on joke reality. If joke reality is included, you're not really, you can get off the hook. I think that there are certain words in society that I don't care for, that I don't want to hear, but it's still it's so you don't need that. And I might call somebody out with a word that I find inappropriate, especially for the white devil to say. I think you know the word I'm talking about. But when it comes to just jokes in general, I mean, I think we need. Everybody can agree we need to lighten up as a society. This, especially with stand-up comedians, because really the best, most sincerely out loud laughing that I've done is usually when something's floating the line a little bit. That's the
But
way I
also,
look
you
at
got
it.
to be skillful about it, and Ricky Gervais is very skillful about it. You don't want to
I
ham-hand
go back almost like Rickles and look at Ricky Gervais at award shows.
Yeah.
And this we want private opinions. And who do we value the most? Actors. When he looks at the screen like that, absolutely fantastic. We've got a little battle going on here.
Oh?
Probably why I worked it into the opening vignette. Not sure why, but Nelly decided to square up to Madonna on social media after Madonna posted some pictures of herself in various states of undress / dress, posing with a luxury car. He jumped into the comment section and said, quote, "Some things should be covered up."
Oh, no.
Nelly said that.
Wow. I haven't seen these.
Not surprisingly, Nelly got slammed by Madonna's fans, but she hasn't commented yet. It wouldn't be surprising if she did. 2 months ago, 50 Cent mocked her for posting sexy pics, and she shot back with, quote, "I guess your new career is getting attention by trying to humiliate others on social media. The least elevated choice you could make as an artist and an adult." And I've seen the pictures of Madonna, and they just look unusual. That's the only thing I'll say about
Madonna.
Her face on a few of these shots looks it looks like she's 18 years old.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? When you see she looks very different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
kind of odd.
She's always changing her look, but that's a weird,
she is.
Yeah.
Those cheeks, not bad.
Yeah, okay, speak for yourself on that one. They look too fake for me. They look.
You know who'd like
those?
those? Joel Schiffman.
Joel Schiffman he's an AM.
He is the AM.
That's next to his educational credentials. Forget COVID or what's going on with Russia. This is the biggest story in the world right now. The New York Times just bought Wordle.
What?
So true.
And it won't be free anymore.
No!
Yeah.
They paid low seven figures for it, so that's in the millions. They say that they'll be adding it to their lineup of online word games. It's so addictive.
Yeah.
That I think it's going to do well.
Good for the Wordle founder. Like he was actually shocked that it happened. It's crazy.
It'll be free at first, but it sounds like you'll eventually need a subscription to play it. They're going to get it. They're going to absolutely get it. A software engineer in Brooklyn named Josh Wardle launched the game in October. He originally made it for his partner because she loves word games so much. Then it exploded last month, and now millions play it every day. So it's a big payday for him. Do you think he waited? He could have done better if he waited a little bit, or he tried to monetize it.
2 weeks ago,
someone could have knocked it off in a heartbeat.
And 2 weeks ago, he said he wasn't looking to sell it. He was going to do it like he said. There was like a small thing for charity. He said.
If the suitcase is big enough, Rob.
Yeah,
that's
right.
the way I look
You know
at
who
it.
else benefited? This was some years ago, but Johnny Scrabble was a lot of money.
John Q. Scrabble. It's not clear when the changeover's happening, but it was still up at its normal website the last time we checked. I think I'm 8. I played it 8 times total. I
got it in 3 today.
It's also time because online, there's always going to be, to each side of the story, a dark side. The dark side of the Wordle narrative is that people have hacked his code and figured out the words that are probably going to come up. So they're ruining the game across the internet.
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Really? And there's also a lot of knockoff ones on.
You see it on Facebook?
Yeah.
Take those people that do that, take your Wordle posts and shove them. I don't care that you've done well. All right? Really. I care about getting it myself, maybe with some help from my wife. That's it.
And there's knockoff apps, too. I mean, that are literally called Wordle. So, I mean, if this big organization owns it, they're
the New
going to
York
go
Times
away.
can fight. Yeah,
they'll fight it.
It's fantastic. What a great game.
It is
and
so
it'll be
good.
a TV show, too. Here is a fun topic to bring up tonight. If you are in a serious relationship, should the person you're with have to tell you the password to their phone? Or is it okay to keep that info to yourself? Someone polled 20,000 Americans to find that what the consensus is.
Well, we should ask the room first, right? Before you get.
We shall. Yeah. Does your significant other have your password to your computer or phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oscar?
Yes.
Third? We're all good.
Yeah.
All 3 of us. Yeah. I know what it is. It's fantastic.
Bloom, does your sugar glider have your password to your phone?
No, my figure collection does.
My password.
Serious, honest answer. Does your mom have your passwords?
I have left like one password with her in case something happens to me that would like help you guys get access to stuff.
That's sweet. It's a session plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
My password is Bloom.
My password is penis.
What?
Ponies.
Ass man.
I added some new sounds yesterday.
Yes,
I was very busy. That's what I was doing most of the day. Pony has a special sound that you hit if you don't enter the correct password on his computer.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Here it goes. So of the 20,
That's
Thank
that's
you,
my
Oscar.
white noise
Thank
that
you.
I go to
That
sleep
right
on.
there. That right there. That's an afternoon of labor, and I appreciate that. I truly, truly do. We also have a new ta-da. You want to hear that one? Okay. Congratulations, Pony. Oh no, that's the old one. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the explosion. No, that's the old one too. I don't know what I did yesterday. I didn't put anything in there.
No, you put the air horn. You put the honky horn in.
Maybe the new buzzer. No, that's the same one.
Classic.
Oh, there's one. This is Pony Thinking. Would you like to
Oh,
hear
yeah,
Pony
yeah,
Thinking?
yeah, yeah.
Turn your music down, Rob. So when we have Pony do something,
It's intense.
What is the password?
Type it.
I think the setup would be like Pony's now on Google.
that's right. Pony, can you fix that for us? Thank you. I am so grateful.
Yes.
I am so grateful that you guys like that. 20,000 Americans, 31% say yes, you should have the password of the significant other. 45% said you can keep it private, and 25% weren't sure. Men were a little more likely to say password should be private. Shocker. And age matters too. People under 35 more likely to have an issue than people that are over.
I'm not sure, and I couldn't figure out Wordle today.
Yes, yeah. Krispy Kreme has some Valentine's Day donuts for you, just for the big day. Here they are. I didn't give you the whole story about how wonderful Valentine's and Krispy Kreme go together. I won't tell you. You'll figure out the taste, but you can ask for them. Berry Best Valentine Donut.
That's got to be a raspberry filled.
Heart-shaped donut dipped in chocolate icing and decorated like a teddy bear with chocolate cream and icing. No raspberry. Sorry.
Then they blew it.
I have no.
They blew it. Send it back.
Be Mine donut, heart-shaped donut with a strawberries and cream filling, dipped in red icing.
That's a
decorated
German
with pink
donut,
icing.
and it's spelled MEIN.
Mine.
Be Mine.
Cookie to my cream donut, a heart-shaped donut filled with cookies and cream. Blech. My batter half donut, a heart-shaped donut.
Batter
so
or
gross.
battered?
I have such a gross joke.
No,
that
we're
I
all
wanna
on the
say
same-
now,
we're all
but
the
I don't
same.
care.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah.
My batter half donut, a heart-shaped donut filled with baby.
There you go. Thanks, Grease. I'll take a dozen.
Hey, dipped in pink icing and decorated with a heart sprinkle. All right, multi-joke kicker time, ladies
Yes.
and gentlemen.
good. I
Now
love
here's a little something. There was a hell of a brawl Friday evening in the town of Bensalem, Bensalem, Pennsylvania town. How the hell do you think? Is it Bensalem?
No, it's Lutz.
Pennsylvania. Director of Public Safety William McVeigh said the department is actively investigating what happened Friday around 4:30 p.m. at the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill restaurant.
Great place.
McVeigh did not have an exact count of how many people were involved, but officers believe it was more than 40.
Jesus.
The fight left the dining room heavily damaged and sent people fleeing for safety. Police were not aware of any serious injuries. No arrests had been made as of Monday. The business reportedly reopened on Sunday. At this point, police believe an argument between customers started the fight. I watched the video.
Good.
It's a long one, and it's intense at 4:30 at a Golden Corral. The video posted on Facebook on Sunday shows a large crowd of customers shouting and screaming before patrons start running as others begin throwing chairs, high chairs, and tables. Some customers are seen attacking people using chairs and tables. After about 2 minutes, most of the people fighting appear to leave the restaurant by a side door.
Yes.
It's always a shame. Oh, ready for the jokes?
Yeah, please.
It's always a shame when somebody gets overserved at the burger bar. I'm going to give that one a buzzer.
Oh, no, it's good.
Okay, joke number 2. Well, there goes the chance of another Michelin star. And it's just 3.
Okay.
And joke number 3. No word on when they will be able to replace those priceless fried chicken posters. Thank you. Thank you all very much.
Mike, that was an
I
excellent
appreciate that.
CP, Comedy Pyramid.
Thank you. Little comedy pyramid. We got to get out of here. We'll come back. More fun and more thrills. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm trying not to get upset.
Mike, I did not miss that insult either. I heard it.
I'm a CEO. Nothing has to do with our show. We're just a little early morning pain in the ass that he has to get through. All right, why aren't you working for me? Glad you're so goddamn happy about it. What about our show? What about guests? Enjoy 2022 talking to each other.
I still love you.
You're not the hot chick anymore. You're the crazy chick.
Wow. You bastard.
Always remember, to have a friend, you must be a friend.
The Mike O'Mara Show, where your friends are.
Oh, my God. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Did you know that inflation has hit levels that we haven't seen since the Reagan administration? Well, the Fed is indicating that there could be four rate hikes this year. So it's important that you listen closely. Whether you're in the market for a new mortgage or you are looking to take cash out of your existing home, it's more important than ever to work with a company you can trust. And I trust my friend Mark Livingstone and his entire team at Cornerstone First Financial. With so many mortgage companies to choose from and so many gimmicks vying for your attention, Cornerstone First is the company that rises to the top. With unparalleled concierge service, the lowest rates, and hundreds of five-star reviews, it's no wonder they're the fastest-growing mortgage company in the country. Even if you're working with another company, use them at Cornerstone as a sounding board to make sure you're getting the best deal for you and your family. Cornerstone First Financial, the only mortgage company I recommend, serving the listeners of the Mike O'Mara Show for over 6 years. 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221. Or cornerstonefirst.com. I want to get to this empath deal that Oscar's been talking about. I know nothing about it. I just know that he wanted to talk about it, and he's brought it in a couple of days, and I have no... You seem to indicate to me, correct me if I'm wrong, that I don't experience it because I'm not interacting with the 30-somethings or the late 20-somethings. What's going on?
Oh, God. This isn't a conversation about the soft generation. I think that, and in fairness, in full transparency, I've had conversations with 50-year-olds that say they're empaths.
And Mike, just so we have a ground line that we can start at, a baseline,
yes.
According to verywellmind.com, I live there. It's the greatest website in town. An empath is a person highly attuned to the feelings and emotions of those around them.
I really don't think you live there. You know, that might hit the lie. That might hit the lie alarm. Hit the lie alarm!
Caught with my pants down.
The term has picked up steam in the last 2 years. And everyone that I've experienced really firsthand explained that they're an empath to me. Mm-hmm. Their life is full of chaos. And it's not because you're too emotional or you're too in tune with people's feelings or you're weak. It's not about that. I think that this term came around and somehow people think that that's a badge of honor and it gives them an excuse for turmoil.
A text just came in from a Carl A. O'Mara. Oh, I'm sorry. Carla O'Mara.
Must be a relative.
3 words. I'm an empath.
Wow.
She gets a phone call with that one. That's absolutely
That's good news.
All right, I wish we could put her up on the board where we get. Hello, you can't hear the boys. Are you really an empath?
I really, truly am.
Thank you.
That's why I get so. Yeah.
When's the next chance we can have you drop by so we could follow up on this?
Oh.
Or don't you know what time?
When can we book her?
Yeah,
when can we book you?
Yeah, I'd have to look at my schedule.
Yes.
Well, if you're an empath, why do you have to look at a schedule?
Yeah, you should know.
That has nothing to do with being an empath.
Can you pass her on one question before
Rob
she goes?
has a question. You can't hear Rob or Oscar, so Rob has a question.
The question is this: if she is truly an empath, how did I feel when she called in to correct my pronunciation of Lutz?
How did Rob feel when you called in to correct his pronunciation of Lutz?
He felt very small, I'm sure.
Okay, thank you. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Bye. That's good.
Go ahead and read this definition.
All right. An empath is a person highly attuned to the feelings and emotions of those around them. Science is divided on whether or not true empaths, people who can tap in and take on the emotions of those around them, actually exist, though plenty of people claim to have such abilities.
There you are. Yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting. I think that's very interesting.
So
I just don't know. Yeah. Wow.
The times that empath has been placed in front of your boy has been with either family. My sister swears she's an empath. I love you, Tatiana. You're great.
When she reveals this, does she put her hand on your shoulder?
No, it's just it's when she's making other people's problems her problem, and I'm like, oh, just let it go and move on.
Shannon
it's not your
consider
problem.
herself an empath?
Hell no. Shannon's dead
Hell no.
inside. She
Okay.
just gets work done and moves on with
Do you
life.
have any empath in you at all?
No, I have scrubbed that from my life. I move on and get things done.
You didn't even feel weird when there was a murder next to your house?
No, I tried to make a joke about it
Okay.
because I moved on with my life.
He has to, Mike. He's a person of interest.
Yes. I have to act innocent.
Act innocent.
I had to get that in with this segment because I'm afraid I won't on the same day.
Yeah.
Oscar had a murder like down
Like
the street.
literally less than 500 yards from my house.
Yeah.
Murder.
Really? So like police take
Last
the
night,
whole thing?
how about the whole block was squared away? Let me tell you, when you murder
Hey, I
someone
wanna tell you, it's wild.
in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in the city, the police show up.
Do we have any deets on what happened with the
murder? And look, all joking aside, and Carla, I would like to revisit the empath take you have, but let's get to the murder. Last night, we get a crime alert on our phone at 6:43 p.m. That says someone was shot and murdered on the corner of 33rd and M Street.
Had you heard any noise? The gunshot of the sound?
No,
of
I
the
was
gun-
at work still.
Oh, okay.
Working.
All right.
So I was like, well, that's going to be... the first thing I thought was, oh, no, traffic getting home because it's going to be... The roads are going to be blocked off.
Oh, that
right?
area can get snarled so easy.
It's an interesting part of the city for that type of thing to go down, although it's not like you are crime-free in your little hamlet
No,
of
usually
Georgetown,
it's
you know?
robberies and break-ins to cars.
Right.
But murder, Mr. O'Mara, is
Big
something
time
that you
drug
don't really
deals.
get to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is the real takeaway: is they're looking for the suspect at 6. The suspect was on foot in the West Village of Georgetown. Let me give my address out. And they all
Very narrow house.
Yeah. So the suspects, like in a movie, are running through this old neighborhood, and they're looking for them.
Was it John Krasinski?
It was not.
Darn it.
Was it drug related, do you think?
Nobody knows. The first thing I think about is The Americans, the TV show. Like what you know?
Like a hit?
So that's what it felt like because it was in and out, and they said that the suspect could have a stab wound. So and they're asking for the neighbors' help if they see blood or anybody walking. Like the details were overwhelming. So I said, Shan, let's just keep working here. Let's leave around 7:30, 8 o'clock, so at least we'll let the traffic die down. And then
let's keep killing it here.
So we actually had a call set up with ESPN, so that call went to roughly 7:45, and then we got in the car, and as we were driving home, the when you see a full square block in DC, and these blocks aren't huge. So
Is
you're
this 2 days ago,
This is
Oscar?
yesterday, last night.
Oh, this is yesterday.
Last night, fresh.
Well, you can't get that on the news because it's like when you're talking about DC and murder.
Oh, yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
it's major cities all over America, and that is not funny. I mean, when
that's
you think
not
about
funny.
it's just
If you don't laugh, you cry, right?
Right, exactly.
So we get. I guess the funny part is this: we get to our parking spot, and there's police activity on our block. And Shannon's like, I'm a little scared. I'm like, do you think that the murderer is going to be on this block? There's literally a police car with its lights on at the front and back of this block. This is the safest block in America. And we get in an argument about what's safe and what's not, because that's what marriage is about.
Sure.
And I said, all right, I'll see you at the house. And we're roughly like half a block away because parking's terrible. And I get out and I start walking.
Do you feel, and this is a legitimate question, do you feel, oh God, we're running late. Do you feel, let's take a break. I want to ask you about being an inner city resident, because you hear it Chicago, you hear it San Francisco, Seattle, Los Angeles, everywhere. I want to ask about how you feel living in the city. You know,
I'd love to discuss that. I have some thoughts.
We'll take a break, and we'll come back with a little time for murder.
New from Apple iPhone, it's the personal assistant with personality. Meet Siri Toe. Hey, what's up, Buttercup?
Hey, Siri Toe, what's the weather?
72 degrees and sunny out in the beer garden.
Hey, Siri Toe, give me directions to Bar Harbor.
I don't think the RV's gonna fit under that bridge.
Hey, Siri Toe, how do I fix a microwave?
Not looking too good. Put some wing sauce on it. And now Siri Toe will even play your favorite podcast. Just say, hey, Siri Toe, play the Mike O'Mara Show. How about I play some Ozzy? No, play the Mike O'Mara Show. All right, it'll be okay. Let's get stupid.
Thank you, James. If you have listened to the show for a while, you know Rob is obsessed with Best Fiends.
Yes.
He can't put it down. And now that we're deep into January and things are a bit dreary, there's no better time to lose yourself in the Fiendiverse.
Yes.
Best Fiends is a mobile puzzle game that anyone can download and play. Whether you have a few minutes or a few hours, Best Fiends features tons of cute characters that help you solve thousands of fun puzzles. The more you play, the more you win, the more challenges you face. So get in there and beat those slugs. Where are you at right now, Rob Spiewak?
Just like Van Halen fan would love this, level 5150. And
you've kicked into the 5,000s now.
And here's the deal. No slugs on this level, Mike. You got 40 mushrooms and one of your favorite. You got to defeat 30 bees.
Bees, they're ripping my flesh off. You literally can play as long as you want. Never get bored. Trust Robbie knows. Get on the Best Fiends bandwagon now. Download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends. Get it today. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. We're talking about major crime in the city. Just down the road from Oscar's house. A murder last night. They're talking about the fact that not only in the city of Washington, D.C., but in the suburbs as well, major crime spiking everywhere and all over the country right now.
It's actually pretty sad. I was talking about this via text with my friend Leo that lives in Georgetown as well. Where
DiCaprio.
Oh, he's back from the Rams game?
Yeah, he got back from the Rams game yesterday. And he said his words were, and he was right, and he called. He said the city's felt off lately. What does that mean to someone who lives in the city? Well, for me, it means that it does. This is, and look, I know why. This is a byproduct of the pandemic and the socioeconomic impact that it's had on people, frankly, that didn't have a lot to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
And now
they're getting stomped down by inflation
and
housing prices and everything.
Which creates
There's
despair.
a story down here that people can't work down here. They can't afford the apartments down here where the people should be paying to make it even livable about $800 a month for an apartment, which if you go down south down here is the average apartment's $1,300 a month.
Yeah, it doesn't add
so
up.
people literally can't put a roof over their heads. No wonder they're going out of their minds.
So
it's craziness.
In a major city where the poverty rate is not just higher traditionally, but it's also the population density is higher. So if you think you're fighting, for your livelihood in a small town, depending on the economics in the city, the idea of getting a job the way you used to get it before it's tough now.
Yeah,
and it's not tough because. There's this whole line, and I've fallen into it as well. People don't want to work. It's a matter of of giving someone the opportunity to work. But if you don't even have the baseline of an inroad that you used to work at a restaurant, now you can work at a restaurant. But wait, Omicron shut that restaurant down, so they're down again. And
let's just talk about the reality. Here's the thing: it's not, and I believe that. People are willing to work, but unfortunately, they don't want to come to work when the work is not going to do anything to better their lives. What do you mean? Somebody's saying, what do you mean better their lives? If they work 2 more jobs, I worked. No. It's time for a little understanding and empathy where people need more moolah. They do.
You said it at the front of this.
Less profits. By the way, I don't want to go too detailed into something, but I became aware of somebody who is a major player in apartment
Gary
buildings.
player.
Major players on apartment buildings, and these guys, It's not even. It's beyond obscene.
It's a license to print money, right?
It's print all the time.
And you said it at the beginning, that an $800 apartment is going for $13, which means when you accuse someone, or not even accuse, but mention they don't want to work if they're not going to better themselves, it's the frustration of working your ass off and losing $500 a month, which is essentially what you're doing.
It's not, and these are statistics they were saying,
right?
What the people can afford, not what the apartment should go for. Because I'm not even going to give them credit on the $800 a month.
Understood.
My point that I'm trying to make with this
it's got to meet,
is
though. It has to
how
meet.
much is too much, and what are they going to do? Well, the big apartment, which is what these places are, most of them owned by these giant conglomerates. What they're going to do is they're going to roll out the little landlord. They're going to roll out the guy that's got a tiny little building
maybe like a 10-unit building or something.
Yeah, 10-unit building. Bam, and they're going to talk about how much he needs because he is not I'm talking about the biggies that can afford to help people out. Look, I don't know the solution. I was going to talk about this earlier in the week about down the road here in Richieland, Naples, Florida, and their solution is providing more bus routes into the area so they can get people to work at the restaurants because no one within 20 square miles around the city can afford to live. That's not the way it should be, and it's not the way it was. Look, can you have your palace? Of course, because you worked hard and you've done well and you hit the lucky break and you're doing well. But you gotta vary it a little bit. Everybody's fucking greedy.
Yeah,
everybody is, and you've got to balance things out.
Okay, but there is opportunity.
Yes.
So let's be clear there. There is opportunity there.
What would be the opportunity for somebody that, say, was working at a high-end restaurant and feeding his family and doing really, really well, and now he just can't do it anymore?
Well, I'll tell you, because we've asked enough people that work in that own restaurants and work in the restaurant business, they've lost a ton of their employees to office jobs.
Yeah, I've read about that too. And teachers too.
Yes,
teachers that are bailing out are getting hired in other sectors. That doesn't tell me that good for them if you have to be lucky and get the job in an office job. But how about you still look? I've always believed this. I'll use from the 1980s an example of the Palm Restaurant, high-end steakhouse that we used to go and celebrate everything at WAVA, everything at WJFK. We would go down there. That would be our celebration. You had 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old dudes that have been working there their whole lives and made a great living, put roofs over their heads. I don't know if that reality is there anymore. And
the health risk alone.
Yeah,
it's probably not.
But I'm just talking propping people up with that, and it just frustrates me. It really, really does.
Maybe 3 months ago we were at the Palm, maybe 2 months ago we were at the Palm, right prior to the latest outbreak. And I remember mentioning to you that it took almost an hour and a half for our food to come out.
Yeah, because it's just they're hiring anybody they can get,
and we weren't upset. We were like, we were so used to it because that's what it is. And I'll give you another example. I was at the Apple store this weekend picking up something for my parents, which they didn't appreciate again. And
it was a pie, Mike. It was an apple pie.
And I rotted there for 45 minutes at a store where, and this is the real eye opener. As I jumped back into the car with Shannon, she's like, "What happened?" I said, "If Apple can't hire people fast enough to get their ass together, how the F are we? How the F are the rest of us going to do it?"
Did you see Domino's new promotion? Domino's is now the new Domino's promotion. They're now paying you $3 to deliver your own pizza.
Yeah, I see through that and what that's all about.
Of course, they won't be
ultimately. Look, I know I sound like an old fart when I say this, but I pine for the time when everybody was out there at least. Were there rich people? Yes. Were there people that had the big house on the hill? Yes. We had the two doctors in town. It's funny. It's a funny last name. The Wrenches. The Dr. Wrench. And Dr. and Mrs. Wrench were both physicians. And because they had those two incomes, they had their office in their big mansion. You could see their mansion at the top. That's okay. They were the Wrench. They were doctors. We said, they're both physicians. They work hard. They deserve to have that wonderful house. But also you had people from across the Spectrum in my hometown. The guy that that had the gas station, he was there, and you had people that were able to, everybody. It was more equality,
and they had their business, and
more
they had
economic equality back in the day. So everybody was out there slaying the dragon. Stuff was getting done better. It's weird. It's just a weird.
I think back to when my grandfather ran his furniture store. And, if the guy from Glebe Electronics...
Can you not pull your fat down from your neck? That's
Can you shut up?
That's really awkward.
Actually, you know what? I bet you could do it, too.
I bet I could, but I don't. Not on camera.
He had like a guy from, if he wanted a TV, he'd go to Glebe Electronics. If he wanted hardware, he'd go to Brown's Hardware.
Back in the day.
And they would go to him. And you know what? For anyone that needed to... say, Mr. Stallcup, I might not be able to make my furniture payment this month. That's okay. Because he had that ability, because they saw each other.
You know what a throwback is? And I know we joke about him all the time. We goof around, but Jimmy's old
yes.
Yeah.
An incredible throwback to the guy that wants to make his restaurant that he owns the best it possibly can be, and he will do what he needs to do to make that happen. When did it become the only way you can be successful is to have 15 locations? When did that be?
Guys, I want to be clear here. There's a difference between the socioeconomic impact that we're currently going through in the economy, especially with inflation. Really, think about if you're listening to this podcast right now, and you're in a good space in my eyes or in a bad space. If you're going and you're shopping and if you flinch at the price of beef or chicken.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't flinch and you don't really know, then I don't begrudge that. You're in a good space in life. And you can still pick up. You can still pick that up.
It's rarefied air for most Americans.
But if you think twice and you're like, maybe we won't do that tonight because it's just too expensive. But you could still, if you had to, you could splurge.
Yeah.
There's people out there that can't even look at that. They couldn't look at that before. They can't even glance at it.
Not an option.
Will it be? Where's it going? And once we look, you're hearing the good news. I won't mention the Omicron. What's it called?
The stealth
Omicron. That's
stealth fighter
right now. But you're hearing from more than enough people that say it might be winding down. I don't trust it, but you're hearing that. And if we get through that,
my father's optimistic.
That's good. He's an infectious disease guy, and he knows that. Yeah. I just wonder, I think we're going to be experiencing the hangover of COVID for multiple years.
Yeah, you won't be able to shake it right away.
It's really, really frustrating. And I just I hope that what comes out of this is just a greater level of understanding and empathy from everybody, from that guy you see on the corner that's holding up a sign to the waiter that might be working 8 tables that night that's trying to do his very, very best.
Or even your Postmates or pizza delivery man. Like, look, I know you're already paying up the keister for that delivery. Drop him another 5 spot if you can.
See, we need, Mike, we all need to be empaths.
Yeah, well, that's good. Maybe we can be. And can I just say this? Instead of getting upset with people that are out there working, that are actually serving you food or, getting, working in retail and stuff, argue with the football coach of the opposing team.
Yeah, but only with a slight wine buzz.
Yes, with a wine. Thank you.
As soon as I finish this thermos,
memory. Yeah.
Good game, coach.
Maybe more than slight. F you.
That was not empathetic. No.
We'll take a break and come back with Rob South out.
It's that time of year, Jim.
Time for what?
Time to fall in love with love once again.
That's right. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and you're not going to want to miss out on getting a gift for that someone special.
How about a Derm Glow Skin gift certificate?
Maybe a cute stuffed teddy bear?
Who doesn't like a delicious box of chocolates? Perhaps a nice Whitman sampler, or maybe Godiva.
Or how about a romantic picture frame with a picture of you and your sweetheart in it?
Whatever you choose to give can be found at the Mike O'Mara Shopping Center. Click the link at MikeO'MaraShow.com and get shopping today.
Time's a-fleetin'. You better hurry.
Thank you, boys. Hey, thank you both to Jim Amato and Twitch. You ask and you receive. That is so very nice of them. Don't let the stress of daily life weigh on your body. Whether you're an elite athlete or someone like me just trying to be tension-free, Theragun can help. I know this personally because I use Theragun. It is the handheld percussive therapy device that releases your deepest muscle tension using depth, speed, and power. And it's as quiet as an electric toothbrush. The Gen 4 Theragun gets to the source of the pain by releasing tension using Theragun's signature percussive therapy, which goes 60% deeper than vibration alone. There is no substitute for the Theragun Gen 4. The OLED screen and design is amazing. Theragun is trusted by 250 professional sports teams, Real Madrid, and elite athletes like Paul George, DeAndre Hopkins, Maria Sharapova, plus hundreds of thousands of customers, and May. I use it all the time, and you should too. Oh, my God, it's great for my neck. Try Theragun for 30 days, starting at only $199. Go to therabody.com/TMOS right now and get your Gen 4 Theragun today. That's therabody.com/TMOS. Remember, therabody.com/TMOS.
Did you hear that? Listen about a sound. Do you hear? There's a new sound.
Soundtown.
Before I give you breaking news, I give you this yesterday from Tom Brady.
You know, it's a good week for me, and I'm just still going through the process that I said I was going through. So sometimes it takes some time to really evaluate how you feel and what you want to do. And I think when the time's right, I'll be ready to make a decision one way or another. We're in such an era of information.
Mike, I guess the time is right is 12 hours later because he announced his retirement at 9:59 this morning.
Oh, you broke it. Yay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Adam
that.
Schefter
Wow.
was probably like, you scumbag.
Yeah.
You made everybody doubt my
Wow.
story. I've been doing this for years. I would never report anything, ever, unless I thought it was 100% right. And he had everybody swimming in their boots.
Tom Brady has trouble. He is so defensive. It's not even funny. So
Odd for a quarterback to be defensive.
Defensive. No, it's just so, I there's nothing I hate more than Tom Brady post-game press conferences, win or lose.
Yeah.
I love watching the guy play football. He is the GOAT, in my opinion. He is the greatest of all time. But just, close to the vest. I understand when you're in the public eye like he is, but boy,
why?
Oh boy, so
why
old.
the charade?
Because he's so paranoid about
he wanted to control the
press.
narrative.
Yeah. He's paranoid about the press, And by the way, I really, look, I know that it might be a fun sport for people to jump all over Antonio Brown. And I am not an Antonio Brown fan, but I'd really, really, really like to know the real story. I truly would love to know what the exchange was when Antonio Brown walked off of that football game.
I have some further context because I've been following this closely. So Antonio Brown, first one on Real Sports, and alleges that Tampa owes him money, then a fellow owes him money, he wants his contract. And then he goes on, if you were an agent, you want to just put him on vacation on an island and say, don't say anything. You're going to ruin this case. He goes on, I think I Am Athlete. It's a sports podcast. And he goes off on like this logic of if I'm truly Tom Brady's boy, and I'm paraphrasing, and Gronk's got a guaranteed contract, and he's like naming all these players that are Tom Brady's boys because he's alleging that they weren't boys, and he's got an earn-in contract. An earn-in contract is like you have to perform at a certain level. You've got a baseline
to get your money,
to get your $4 to $5 million. And his baseline I think was sub-million, like 800,000, maybe $1 million, who knows. And he's like, why do I have an earn-in contract if I'm Tom Brady's boy? And then
so what you're telling me. And Oscar's doing a deep dive on this, but what you're telling me is that his line is BS, that Bruce Arians told him, if you're hurt, get off of the field, you can't go. It was about whether he got in to get his bonus money.
He just wanted the money. Okay. And but I guess the long and short of it is, if he understands what he's saying, you're Tom Brady's, if he's equating getting paid up front than earning in because he's got that chip on his shoulder, it's because you can bank on Rob Gronkowski to show up to every game and not be a wackadoo off the field. Like, he's reliable.
The only thing I know is when I saw him on a Real Sports, I think it was Real Sports. I'm pretty
sure
it was.
Was with his agent.
He was grinning.
with his big hat on. Like somebody put a little kid hat on him.
Saw the interview.
Yes.
Right. It was weird. I don't know. I mean, it's just now, well, so much for that. So much for that. Maybe I'm not on Team Antonio when I hear that he went on a podcast and started bitching about the money, which the Bucks were alleging this issue was all about anyway. Yeah. Stay tuned. There might be more.
Mike, if I say to you the phrase "buy dirt," what does it mean to you?
I have absolutely no idea. I don't have a funny line.
It's a new #1 record by Luke Bryan. Buy dirt. Yeah. And he went duck hunting to announce on Instagram they had a #1 record.
It's the Buy Dirt. It's the Buy Dirt #1 duck hunt.
This guy.
Great post. He can't even say it.
Hey, how are your favorite? Your favorite, who I came to hate as much as you.
Yeah, he turned. It was
Mike. This is the take they used.
It's the Buy Dirt. It's the Buy Dirt #1 duck hunt.
Duh!
He's so used to winning at life.
Yeah.
That it's like, fine, I'll say something for Instagram.
Yep. He is so used to winning at life. That makes it even worse.
So Oscar has me looking at TikTok occasionally now, which is great. And I found this fascinating for the terminology. How do you make a Big Mac? This is a McDonald's employee, and he uses terminology that I did not know. Check it out. This is how you make a Big Mac backstage at McDonald's.
Put your Big Mac bun down, so the top goes there. It's called the crown. The heel goes there, and this is the club. It's the middle piece of the bun.
The club is
the crown, the club, and the heel.
Yeah, isn't that great? I love
crown,
that.
The club, and the heel.
That.
There you go.
It says it on both sides, has its own spot. You put your buns in the box. Your crown's on the top, your heel's on the bottom, your club's on top of your crown. It gets one shot of Big Mac sauce on each side. It gets the dehydrated onions, and then it gets about a ½ ounce of lettuce, and then I needed a little bit more on the bottom here, so let's grab a little bit more. 2 pickles on the top. It gets 1 piece of cheese on the bottom, and it gets a piece of meat on both. And this is the most challenging part. You have to lift the club up and put it on top of the heel. So you basically assemble the sandwich, and then you close it, and you're done.
They assemble it in the box.
Makes me want to go get one.
Yeah,
makes me want to go get one right now.
It's such a classier sandwich now.
All right, and let's close with this, Mike. This was captured on a Ring doorbell. This may not be genuine, but I got a hunch it might be because the kid is so pure. He's coming home from a babysitter, and his dad asks him, "Did you have a
Who's
good time?"
coming home from a babysitter?
The kid. The kid is coming home. He's being dropped off at home.
The kid. Let me just. I know this video well.
Okay. All right.
So the kid is being dropped off by his babysitter. To his home.
And the Ring doorbell captures this when his dad greets him at the door.
Did you have a good time?
Yes. I got you something.
What do you mean you got me something?
I did. What the? Oh, bourbon.
You took bourbon from them?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I know you like bourbon.
Josh, you can't just take. I mean, I do like it, but you can't just take it from them.
But do you like it?
But do you like it?
He had a little Spider-Man backpack that he puts down, he unzips, and this cartoon-sized bottle of bourbon comes out.
So great. Mike, that's all I got. Oh, and good luck to Tom Brady.
Yes, absolutely. Bye, Tom. Thank you very much. That's it. We'll be back with another brand new episode tomorrow. We got some fake ID stories. We might talk about stealth Omicron if it's really something.
We'll have to whisper about it, right?
And tomorrow, this is for Oscar.
Yes.
Maybe for you too, Rob.
Okay.
I would like to meet tomorrow a Podville person.
Oh, sure.
That I've never met
no
before.
problem.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Tomorrow, Wednesday?
Someone will come on the show that I can ask about?
Yes.
Rob Ford.
By the way, tell them it's not going to be about them. It's going to be about you two.
Yeah, so when they come in, we'll just have to put our masks on, and then they'll come through.
Fine.
Okay. Anyway, we'll do that tomorrow on the show. Well, all right, I'm down here.
He can ruin anything,
no mask
can he?
in our house. He can. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Aloha.
Ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
I'm a phony, just like you.
Hey, save some for Dad now.
The mainstream media has legitimized extraterrestrial life and is basically saying we are being visited, something is going on.
Oh, good for you.